All right, good morning. Happy Friday. What is going on in the old interweb lands? Hey, good morning, Sarah. How are you? Got a busy show for you lined up today. I'm excited about it. I'm excited. We're going to jump into this. As you can see, I'm back in the home office today. Well, this morning, I should say. I'm not going to be here very long. Heading back down to DC for CPAC. CPAC's going on right now. Um, Very interesting with some of the things that are going on down there, but all good things. So we'll jump into that here in a couple of minutes. But first, I want to give a shout out to my buddy Aaron, Aaron Childers. His new book. This is what I learned after I killed myself. These 1,000 days, and I'm gonna put that right up there. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you. Very proud of this man. Do me a favor. Go to Amazon, go to his website, or you can go to Amazon and buy his book. Again, it is 1,000 days of This Is What I've Learned After I Killed Myself. Check that out. I'll leave that right there. Check it out. Is your positive thought? What else? So yesterday was like the first full day at CPAC down in DC. Didn't really know what to expect. It was kind of another last minute thing to go again this year. Glad I did. A lot of changes are happening, and we'll get into that. Um, Ran into Mr. Gordon Chain. Always a pleasure running into him. Kenneth, there he is. Good morning, brother. How you doing? And those of you that watch this and whatnot, if you are if you are in the DC area, if you're going to be at CPAC today or tomorrow, and you want to link up, send me a DM or shoot us an email, info@heroesmediagroup.com, and just let me know, and we'll set up a meeting. I was down there yesterday, like I said, got to sit in, listen to the chairman, Mr. Jim Jordan, speak. And whether you decide what political side of it or not, it was a combination of both left and right that were there, people that I met yesterday at least, and it was good. I think the one thing I noticed this year that's a little bit different than previous years is that the the last couple years, some of the breakout sessions, the speakers and stuff, they're only about 15, 20 minutes this time around. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But met a lot of great people. I'm gonna do it. I ran into Sarah Palin, which was pretty cool. Who else? Walked around and ran into an organization called I'm gonna dive into it. Ran into an organization. I'm gonna hold this up. The New Federal State of China. Now, before all of you start wondering, like, oh, what is that all about? I'm gonna tell you. Tina, good morning, dear. How are you, sis? Um, this new federal state of China, their mission is to take down the evil Chinese Communist Party. And just like that, watch this platform silence us. So I need you guys to share this and keep liking, keep leaving comments, so they can't shut this down. It's amazing to see what's really going on. And I've also noticed walking around like Radio Row and stuff, a lot of fresh, new media outlets were there. I think that one of the bigger ones, Newsmax, was there. A lot of the other ones were pretty new to me from what I've seen, but it was refreshing to see nonetheless, and it was pretty interesting. And the other thing I'll say this is walking around CPAC yesterday, there's a lot of youth, a lot of younger people getting involved, and I thought that was pretty cool to see as well. Gabe, what's up, brother? So some of the things that as you're walking around this, some of the things that I heard about yesterday was big tech is really kind of a big topic right now. What's going to happen with big tech? Break them up, you know, uh, send them all to jail, and whatnot. And again, I need you guys to share this. I need you guys to keep leaving comments because I don't want us to get shadow banned on this. Andrew, good morning, brother. So that was one of the big topics. And then a lot of people were talking about the TikTok congressional hearing that's coming up later on this month. I believe it's sometime, don't quote me on this, but sometime between the 20, 21, 22 time frame of this month, where the CEO of TikTok is going to be talking in front of Congress about their security measures and stuff like that. I honestly think this is the year, folks, that you're going to see a big change in how social media is done, consumed, or even delivered. I think there's a lot of things that are going on that we're probably not going to like. There he is, my man, Mr. Williams. Brother, I need to talk to you today about all the stuff that we're talking about on the show today. I need you out here next year for this. But the TikTok thing is really kind of coming. They're putting their feet to the fire, so to speak. I'm telling you, DC better watch out. It's not a threat. I'm talking about the social media side of things. And you look at social media and you look at all of the BS that's out there, certain platforms, child exploitation, the trafficking of human trafficking and stuff like that. This is all, it's absolutely disgusting. And things need to be done. And you're not hearing, you're slowly starting to hear. If you look at certain news outlets out there on social media, on TV, on the radio right now, you slowly start to hear certain things happening and certain keywords being used. And that's the thing, you got to pay attention to what's going on. I'm getting on a soapbox here. Let me reel it in here a minute. One of the things here recently that just happened, I saw this in, what was it, Burbart News or something, I forget. One of the news outlets talked about the mayor, one of the mayors of a town in Maryland was just picked up and arrested for child pornography. You're going to see more and more of these people in power and stuff like that have been getting away with this shit for years, finally get their feet held to the fire. We need to have this stuff out in the open, and we need to start holding people accountable for that crap. And I know a lot of you are thinking the same thing. When I was thinking about it yesterday. Well, what happened to the list? I'm not going to say which list, but we all know that list. And one person went to jail, and all these other people were like, "Oh, we can't find the list." Let's see here. Let me catch up on. I'm loving this. Keep them coming, folks. Let's see here. Yeah, Gabe, I get it, man. I get it. Politicians and media carry out their. Yeah, it's big tech, big pharma. It's all. It's. But here's the thing. Here's what I'd like seeing about yesterday walking around. It's like more and more people were talking about it, and you had some people on the left, you had some people on the right, and I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. I think there's not that much of a difference between left and right. I'm not talking about your far left or your far right. I'm talking about this melting pot that we have in the middle here. I think you'll see things that when I got a lot of friends who are Democrat. I got a lot of friends who are Republican. And then when we come together, we all get along. It's not like the shit that you see on the news and stuff like that. There's a few things that I don't necessarily, I see your point, don't necessarily agree with it, but everybody's respectful, and it's kind of like you have understanding and stuff. So I think there's more of that here. Where America's more in here, and the mainstream media wants us to be out in either one of these directions this way. It's not going to happen, and people are starting to take more and more notice about it. So I'm glad. I was happy to see what I saw yesterday walking around and meeting people. And I'm going to share some of those people here again. Let's see. Yeah, you're right, Ken. You're right. Let's come to the table, have conversations. There is a middle ground. Sarah, I agree. You know, it's funny because it's like I've had several conversations with friends, and I actually like having conversations like that because I think you get a better understanding of where people are coming from. I walked around yesterday. And this is not a joke. Walking around yesterday in the I totally lost the word for it. It's the expo section of the CPAC, and you had a table that was Christians for freedom, or for America's freedom, and then 2 tables down you had atheists for freedom, and people were talking together, and it's like probably not something you normally expect, but it was, you don't necessarily have to have the same belief systems, but you can come to a common middle ground, as Sarah put, and it's amazing how it it just came together. And again, I'll say this: a lot of young people there yesterday, and yesterday was like the first full day of it. I gotta, I'm probably gotta get going because I gotta get back down there. I'll be back down there tonight, and then tomorrow. There is a word that President Trump will be speaking tomorrow afternoon there. So again, if you are in and around the D.C. area and you want to meet up, let's chat. People need to be comfortable. Yep, you're right. Let's hear far left, far right. Gabe, you're right. Hey, listen, guys, I appreciate these comments. Keep them coming through this because they're tough topics. So big tech breakup, that was one of them. TikTok congressional hearing, that was another thing. Here's another thing I learned, and this was one of the things. So I met Sarah Palin yesterday. Wonderful, wonderful lady. Very friendly, funny. Love her to death. It was so much fun. I mean, she was with a group yesterday, Alaskans for Honest Elections. .com, and one of the things was that they're talking about up there in Alaska, and I guess there's several states in the United States that have ranked choice voting. Has anybody heard of that? Ranked choice voting? I'm going to put that up there. Ranked choice voting. Do you guys have that in your states? So I didn't know about this. I was completely just immune to this. I had no idea, but I guess. And I'm kind of paraphrasing this, but like you have like maybe 5 candidates, and you list which one you would vote for first, second, third, fourth, and then fifth, and then in what order you would like to see those people in. And they may not get your number 1 and number 2, but number 3 wins or whatever. They have that type of voting up there, and I'm not sure, but I believe there was another. State, I wanted to say Nevada or something like that, approved it. So I'm not sure, but has anybody heard of ranked choice voting in and around your area? Do you have it where you're at? I'd be curious to see. Let me see here. What else? I've already talked about the new federal state of China, and they were doing interviews there. I think they're doing a lot of good. Quite frankly, it's an outlet. They're all over. They're in several countries, and then they have an office in, let's see here, New York, Boston, San Francisco, LA, and DC, and they're doing some pretty amazing things. So great talking with them yesterday as well. Also walking around, let me see here, walked around, saw Don Jr. walking around, Steve Bannon, Mike Liddell, Was another one. Saw Mr. Scott Perry, who's a senator up in Pennsylvania. Nice gentleman. So it was cool. Ran into a couple of businesses and whatnot, but one of the businesses I want to talk about real quick is a company called Freedom Triangle. It's a fragrance company. This is their energy one. Comes in a nice bottle like this. This is a veteran-owned fragrance company made right here in the USA. It's called Freedom Triangle. Check it out. And my new friend and sister Magna, she wrote a book called The American Dream. I'm gonna give her a shout out right there. You can follow her on the old social media platforms. But she autographed the book for me and whatnot. So stay tuned because we're gonna have her on a few of the shows, and you'll hear her story in more detail. But yeah, we're gonna have our first fragrance sponsor here on the network, so that was pretty cool. And then another organization who I just thought was really cool, chit-chatting with, is Moms for America. Moms, we love you out there. All you mothers out there, big hug to you. Moms for America. And one of the, this is the one I absolutely love. I got a bumper sticker. I'm not usually a bumper sticker guy, but this one, refused to co-parent with the government. Gotta love it, right? So listen, again, if you're in the CPAC area, down in D.C., let me know. Love to meet up with you guys over the weekend. What else? I guess I should look at my notes here. Listen, I'm telling you, social media. You're going to see these social media platforms change this year, folks. It's happening. You're going to see a lot of changes in the social media realm. Stand by because shit's about to get real. I said it. Boom. It's happening. All right. What else do we got? Hey, listen. Later this month, Phoenix, Arizona, we're coming for you. Vet Talks. It's the 9th annual Veterans Business Networking and Career Event in conjunction with Career Connectors. This event brings together Arizona's award-winning military-friendly companies with veteran businesses and professionals. It's going to be happening March 30th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the University of Phoenix over on River Point Parkway there. So make sure y'all go check that out. If you're in the Arizona area, I'm going to be down there that week. So all you AZ folks, stand by. I'm coming for you. And if you guys want to meet up, I'll be taking meetings and whatnot. Love to have some meetups with some old friends and stuff down there, new businesses, etc. What else do we got? American Veterans Ball is coming here soon. I believe it's, May 12th? And that's actually going to be down in National Harbor, where CPAC is being held currently. Let me see if I can do this. Nope, can't do it. I'll post that again here later. So American Veterans Ball, still got time for tickets. Go to AmericanVeteransBall.org and type in Heroes Media Group to get a discount code. They still got tickets, or if you got a company you want to sponsor, then go check it out. What else do we got? Team Auto. They're still doing their Win a Bronco. It's a 2022 custom Ford Bronco. This thing is sick. They're only selling 5,000 tickets, and they've sold almost half of that already. So you guys, you're missing out. You got a 1 in 5,000 chance of winning a 2022 Bronco, and they're going to give you $10,000 cash for tax tags and registration. So if you want a new Bronco, go check it out. You can register. You know what? I'm going to put that right here. See, I'm really trying to be better at this, multitasking thing. So check it out. That's Team Auto. What else do we got? Hey, coffee subscription. As you can see, I got a new stand behind me here for product display and whatnot. You can see the coffee. You can see our, there we go, spirits. Those are empty bottles because I drank those. Not today, although my coffee feels like it a little bit. But go check out hmgbeverage.com. We are still in the process. This process with the federal government and trying to get licensed for distribution and stuff for spirits. It's been a very, very learning experience. However, we have the coffee. The coffee is ready to go. We are looking for brand ambassadors for HMG Beverage Coffee or HMG Coffee. We have subscriptions. That's right. Never run out of your favorite coffee ever again. Have it delivered to your door every month on our monthly subscription. Go sign up, hmgcoffee.com or hmgbeverage.com. If you use promo code HMG, I'm going to give you 10% off. Just because I'm a giving guy. And because I love you. So go check it out. HMG. Sign up for the coffee. All right? And for those that have purchased the coffee, thank you. And those of you that had orders yesterday, which is why I'm up here right now today, so I can get your orders out today, thank you. Appreciate your guys' love and support. Hey, let's dive into the shows because we got a few of them, quite a few of them this week. And then we got to get back down to CPAC and rub some elbows and whatnot. Gabriel, it's good. The coffee, yeah. Gabe, what's your favorite blend? I know you've tried a couple of them. What's your favorite blend? And those of you that are on, if you've tried the coffee, post what your favorite blend is. All right, here we go. Well, let's get into some of these shows here real quick, and then we got some more announcements. First up in the queue, we got Pushing Back Chaos. This week they're talking about servant leadership, removal of roadblocks, and the provision of resources to the team achieving the mission or goal. When you find yourself in a position of being a leader of the people, one of the most important things to remember is that you're there to serve them and their needs while guiding them from point A to point B. They work for you, and you work for them in all aspects in order to ensure emotional, physical, spiritual, and mental preparedness. This week, the guys talk about, or actually, they welcome an expert on leadership with years of experience both in the field and corporate settings. This week's guest is Cameron Hamilton, former member of the U.S. military community and now a member of the Department of Homeland Security. Great episode. One of the questions they ask is, what is your leadership style? Do you even know what kind you have? Do you know which you should have or what you should have? Could you employ different styles at different times in order to ensure the most beneficial outcome? So check it out. That's this week's Pushing Back Chaos. Absolutely love this episode. What do we have here? Gabe, Brazilian. Kenneth, Brazilian. Everybody likes the Brazilian. It's a great one. Let me tell you something. The Brazilian on French press. All right, I'm getting back on the shows here real quick, and then we'll come back and talk about that. Next up, we have Environmentally Speaking. This week this one's probably gonna piss a lot of people off, quite frankly. It did me listening to it. It was a great episode. The title this week was Boomers and Sparkers. Boomers and Sparkers. It was funny because they started off, the girls started off the show with they both love true crime type podcasts, which kind of brings in the question of, have you ever wondered how we people are as a species, really, right? It's somewhat disturbing to think the extent and the depth that we as species have the capacity to harm each other. Is it different to think that way when it comes to animals? It's a reasonable question. So they start to discuss about this green energy movement and how frustrating it is. And a lot of people say, like, green energy movement environmentalists are all for that. And there's, quite frankly, like Marissa is an environmentalist, and she's against a lot of these different projects that are going on. And they talk about that. Just because the project calls itself green doesn't mean it's environmentally friendly. So they dive into offshore wind industry again because as of late, whales have been washing up on shores. I don't know if you guys have seen this in your neck of the woods, but there's a lot of whales that are washing up on the Jersey Shore, New York, Rhode Island, all up and down the East Coast. Whales have been washing up dead on shore. And some of you think, well, it's probably old and that's this and that. It's more than the norm, and it's concerning. And so they talk about that. Well, there's a research taking place, and this the research that they're using right now is called boomers and sparkers, and it's to map the ocean floor. And they're considering this a green way of doing it. Again, they get into more detail of what's going on with this, but they have reason to believe, and they say they, not just the show, but there's a lot of people that have reason to believe that these boomers and sparkers and these companies that are trying to put these wind farms up offshore are the reason for these whales dying, and I think there's a big part of it there. So I think we need to check that out, environmentally speaking. And don't take my word for it. Look it up. Look up boomers and sparkers. It's kind of disturbing. Next up, we have the Power of Investing in People podcast with our gal Shay Sparks. This week, 5 tips to help recover from a narcissist. All right. Well, in this episode, her friend, divorce recovery coach Jay Garrett, shares his own experience with a narcissist and how he healed. I kind of took a twist there. Did you think narcissist? Were you thinking, Now he's showing support to other men who are recovering from their divorce. Some of the 5 tips that you'll hear in this episode: take time to heal, rebuild your self-worth, set boundaries, practice self-care, play, find joy, what makes you laugh, smile, etc. Seek out healthy relationships and build a support network. 100% agree with all of those. Check that out. That's this week's The Power of Investing in People podcast. How's everybody doing? You still with me? Good. What else do we got? Next up, we have the Arms Room show. I love this one. This one is a big one. Where to go? There it is. This week they have Miles Schneider on the show talking with you about self-defense and the law and what to say to law enforcement after a shooting. I can't help but I kind of chuckle at this one. I don't know why, but it's like, after a shooting, are you planning a shooting? What's going on here? What kind of party is this? No, in all seriousness, if you're a gun owner, whether you're a gun owner or not, this is an episode that everybody should listen to. You need to take note and find out what's going on. Miles is a great guy. Met him years and years ago, but this episode was very educational. Again, I'm going to talk to you about self-defense and the law. So what happens when, you beat up a home intruder? What does that mean if you beat up a home intruder? What are you responsible for? What does the law say? What happens after a shooting? Self-defense. What does the law say? You're going to find out all of that stuff in this week's episode of The Arms Room. Check it out. Next up, we got Chasing Happiness. Great episode this week. Excuse me. How to unlock success, love, and happiness in your life with Bradley Roth. They take a deep dive into the secrets of living a truly fulfilling life. So check that out. That's this week's Chasing Happiness. Let me see here. What do we got here? We have bad guy. I can't. Gabe. Yeah. Kenneth. Probably the best advice you can. You hit it right there. There was I think there's 2 attorney brothers or something online somewhere I saw, and like, shut the F up. You shut the F up. That's what you got. Say nothing till you talk to a lawyer. That's great. And if you don't have an attorney, get one. Have one on staff. I got mine working overtime half the time. I'm kidding. Or am I? Now, next up, we have The Hack Life with our buddy Joel. Holistic healing coach and yoga instructor Ruth Balzinger from I Thrive for Health, who teaches women how to avoid burnout and redesign their life. They talk about Ruth's brain aneurysm at 16, which led her into the world of holistic health, and how her modeling career has helped her help women overcome cravings and body image issues holistically. This was a great episode. And for all you ladies out there that watch the show, or all the guys, your wives and whatnot, if they're having issues or whatnot, have them listen to this. This was a great episode with Joel. So check it out. It's this week's The Hack Life. Next up, we got Label Free Podcast. Ian Clark is the guest, and we're talking about the journey to reversing the aging process. At the age of 46, Ian faced 3 major health crises that were life-threatening, according to medical prognosis. He had a tumor between his legs. His liver numbers were off the charts, and he had a heart disease that caused his heart to stop for 2 or 3 seconds at a time. It's kind of scary. Through his own research, he discovered that the cause of these problems was fungal infections, heavy metals, chemical overdose, bacterial overloads, and yeast overgrowth in his gut. It was an interesting episode. Check it out. That's this week's Label Free Podcast. What do we got next? Next up, we have Because Bikers Matter podcast with our man. Oh, this is a good one. David Vegas Schumann. Davis is this particular episode. He's standing in a booth in Vegas, in the South Hall at the Vegas Convention Center, and he's talking with Michael Sabun about their new 360-degree action cameras with the best in-class stabilization and the ability to reframe shots to share on different social media platforms. They also discussed their partnership with Harley-Davidson in Europe and the expected news to come to the U.S. Check it out. This was great. And this, 360-degree action camera. So Insta360. If you go at Insta360 is the company. So check it out. Gabe, what do you have here? Gut health matters. That's how. That's right. That's right. Gut health is important. That's right. I remember you guys talking about that. Next up, we have Time to Shine Today. Just a couple more. Stay with me. Keep leaving comments, guys. Time to Shine Today with our man Scott Ferguson. Gain confidence and feel and look great in your own skin with special guest Pam Sherman from Perfect Balance Guru. She's been a personal trainer for 20 years, as well as a running coach, mindset life coach, and food coach. Pam's career took a turn 5.5 years ago when she got hit by a car while running. She now has an even bigger reach, thanks to social media, and inspires mostly women, all over the world to eat better, move more, and know that their health is their greatest wealth. Great episode. Time to shine today. Check it out. A couple more here. Next up, we got your 6 at 6 with the People's Patriot Project every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. What do they have for you this week? Tune in, 6 p.m. Sunday night, Central Standard Time. You can find them at the People's Patriot Project on their Facebook page. So make sure you check it out. God's Good Table. Gabe just mentioned Maureen, a good friend of ours. God's Good Table. Follow them on their Instagram page. She's putting up a bunch of content right now, and I'm absolutely loving it. You want to eat healthier, you want to know what to look for, etc. Follow God's Good Table. Next up, last certainly not least, the MSEC podcast from our friends over at Military Child Education Coalition. This week, what military kids actually need from schools. What they actually need from schools. This week, Jasmine and Charlotte discuss how some schools struggle to meet the needs of military kids and the vital role a school plays in the overall well-being of these students. Great episode by these young ladies. Check it out. Military Child Education Coalition. If you are in the military, active duty, guard, reserve, or you're a veteran and you have kids at home right now, go check them out. Listen to this episode. You'll be glad that you did. Shout out to our sponsors, My Tax Fella. It's tax season. Go give Anthony a call. I'm telling you, you'll be glad that you did. Absolutely love what they do over there for us. I've been working with them for almost a decade now. All the businesses, all of our personal stuff. My Tax Fella, if you need help, tell them that HMG sent you. HMG Beverage, go get the coffee. Get 10% off with promo code HMG. Alibi Tattoo, if you're ever in the Pennsylvania, southeastern part of Pennsylvania, and you want some ink done, go see my man Poke or Barry over at Alibi Tattoo. Honor Brewing, love these guys. They've been great supporters of ours. And we're looking forward to working with them throughout the year. Go check them out, Honor Brewing. And then Forget Genetics. This one's for all you deer hunters and outdoor fanatics. Yeah, go check out my man Barry over at Forget Genetics. That's it. That's all the time I got, folks. I want to reiterate here that you're going to see a big change coming this year with these social media platforms. So stay tuned and start paying attention. Look for, I'm always telling you, don't watch mainstream media because a lot of it's just garbage, right? And I think we'd all agree that most of it is garbage. But again, a lot of the things that we're hearing down at CPAC and whatnot, big tech breakup, is it going to happen this year? Could. Should it? Absolutely. And don't forget, those for all you TikTokers out there, you may want to pay attention to what's coming. That congressional hearing that's going to be happening in D.C. later this month, we'll probably be covering that as well. That's going to be a big deal. People are starting to get their feet held to the fire here, and it's about damn time, in my opinion. You could sit there and talk about, you see these mainstream media outlets not talking about child trafficking, child exploitation. That stuff's coming. It's coming. It's already happening. Again, you can look it up. Just recently, there was a mayor in Maryland. I mentioned this before at the beginning of the show. There was a mayor in Maryland who was just arrested for child pornography. Sickening. Absolutely sickening. So pay attention to what's going on because it is it's happening. I'm telling you, man. Gabe, it's happening, man. With people I've been met, and I know that's been working on this stuff for the last 15 years. This isn't something that's been going on just over the last couple of years. We're talking over a decade of stuff being put together, that's being put forth in front of Congress now. You're going to see a change of how things are done. And I think you're really going to start seeing people being held accountable. So it's good. Again, listen, if you're in the D.C. area, you're going to be down at CPAC, DM us or send me an email at info@heroesmediagroup.com. Love to meet up with you. We'll set up a time where we can meet up. Other than that, that's it. I got to get some orders out. I got to get back on the road. It's March. It's a great month, birthday month for yours truly, and we got a lot of great things coming. Arizona, I'm coming for you end of March, so stay tuned for that. Listen, we got a new thing. Before I let you go, real quick, just pay attention to this real quick. Oh, hold on, I got to read this. Oh, God, I'm saving that one, Ken. That's a great one. I like that. Listen, be the light in somebody's darkness this weekend. Make sure you smile a lot. Make someone laugh and know someone cares. God bless you. God bless America. I'll see you guys next week. Take care.